guys, you don't know how excited I am to say this, but we're making it in the Institute. There's probably easier, cheaper ways to do this, but I've got everything I needed.
Desdemona, status report.
Got activity there. Not sure how long before it reaches.
The Institute is a huge unknown. Before we can make any plans, we need to do something. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded secret the Railroad has. Patriot, there's dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't. If your plan works and you're able.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Tom's encrypted a message for Patriot's eyes only. Once he sees it, he'll contact you. Until you make contact, and probably ask, can you do that? Can you be our agent on the...
Bring it on.
You can do this. I believe in you. Stand on the platform and I'll give you the holotape. Tom, talk to me.
This frequency is only going to work once. You know who doesn't make the same mistake twice.
Let's remove all my reds and heal myself up with the stim. No, wait, I forgot to get the power armor. No! Wait, I don't need it. I don't think so.
So stand still. You gotta lock in all those molecules of yours. Hopefully we won't miss any. There's only, 60 trillion of them. All right, feeding our baby some juice. Let's see what she's got.
Take this holotape. You need it to contact Patriot.
Oh, man, don't worry. That's all part of the plan.
Tom, do whatever you can to gain their trust. Lie. Tell them what they want to hear. Make up a cover story and sell it.
Come on, I think I got it. Establishing lock on the Institute signal.
Just get all the information you can. About Synths. About the Institute's plans. Find their weaknesses. If we can disable or destroy the Institute, we may have to do it. You jack that holotape into any terminal and Patriot will make contact. He has to.
Got the RF. We got it.
Find a way to save them. Nobody else can.
Now.
Let me do a quick, not a quick save, a quick save that's saved. Know what I'm saying? Oh, buddy, boys. I've been in this place once before this, and that was for the Minutemen. Well, boys, we are here. The Institute.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face.
No use.
Taking that.
Step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
All this seems very high tech. Ugh.
No way to pick this. Only opens with a key. Jammed. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really...
Who are you?
Sean?
Father, what's going on?
Sean?
What's going on?
Sean, honey?
I don't know you. Go away.
Sure. Who is Father?
Father? Father? Father, help me.
Get the hell.
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not... He's a prototype. Please, let's start... Father is my unofficial title. Levity. Excellent. Sure. But I need you to You have traveled very far. And it's good to find... I am.
How is that even possible?
I know this in the vault. You had no... But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10? And here I am, raised by the
It wasn't...
To you, that would certainly seem true. At that time, the scientific curiosity. So they followed.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's...
In a manner of speaking. The Institute endeavored. Plenty of that was available, even in their attempt. But then the Institute found I was exactly what they needed. And so it was I am their father.
Sean.
It really is. I know you must have questions.
Right? So, you're...
I am the acting director, yes. The Institute.
Doesn't matter what they think.
I'm ultimately the Commonwealth. Just... What else can I...
Kellogg.
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things.
You knew the man was a psychopath?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? The Institute, Institute Technology. You never, I won't lie. What else can I?
Your father.
Yes. I've gone over the records of the, for many years, with old age, but I know there's, the Institute is up. I've been a part of, and now,
Yes, that...
I know. Forgive me.
Sure.
There is much to be done.
I'll do whatever it takes.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. And finally, Dr.
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project. There are issues to be...
I did it, guys. I'm in the Institute, and I'm in the Institute.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive.
Hi.
That's a third
We're
primary
all looking
driveway.
forward to working with you.
As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't go soon.
I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me.
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message. How did you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked your encryption.
He must have had some serious hardware to pull that off. Wow, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
The railroad sent me to look for someone they call Patriot. That's you.
What? The railroad? As in the railroad. And they gave me a code name too? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
You've saved a lot of synths.
So much to take in. But wait, with you in the picture, I have this idea. But we'll need help. Where's he? Probably best to talk about something else right now. You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense. I'm not sure if we could ever make the surface actually a decent place to live. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least try to help, you know?
Operating at full capacity.
I would be happy to assist you. Good. He's here. C-114. It's me. Sir, do you require something? It's okay, Z-1. She's a friend. She's with the Leaving here is dangerous. Leaving is strange. How do
Sorry about that.
trust you?
I'm gonna mute my mic so I can
Because the
Just do
members
stuff.
of the railroad have dedicated their lives to fight for your freedom.
I thought only Mr. Benet cared. But your friends actually fight for us?
That's what the railroad does.
I've never met another human willing to...
Right now, how many...
The ones I know for certain?
That'll take forever.
I would do anything for my people. But it's no good.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
Liam,
Just a few high-security doors, right? Controlled by cutting-edge SRB security tech. You're willing to help, right?
of course I'll help you.
Our core security, the original, with some persuasion. Problem is, but if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface,
I'll find it for you.
that's great. Unfortunate.
Sure.
The CIT ruins were... Ask your friends in the railroad. I... I... would be happy to assist you.
On batch 274.
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else at one side. I wonder how the war with
Dr. Watson can be a healer.
Dr. Holdren's Synth Guerrilla Project. They're showing promising results. Survived for so long over there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it.
Doctor?
They're still welcome, and they're so good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division.
After all,
I can't
how
wait
can
for
we
you to
hope
see
to
the work we're
redefine
doing.
mankind
It's
if we
truly
can't even
amazing.
hold on to our own humanity?
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized... We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work, and I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd... In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Tell me more about those synth gorillas.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Their behavior does generally... Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. The creatures can become suddenly aggressive, and they're quite strong. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers. So now...
I'm sorry, but I'm too preoccupied for chit-chat.
Nothing to report, ma'am.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
No one can talk about it.
Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
We'll start with this trial. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still. All done. You can return to your duties, and remember to record every
Hi, Doc.
symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie. Allie. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through... If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
On board with
The Institute, of course. Sean implied if there's anything else...
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, when necessary. Fortunately, it's a good thing.
Right?
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. Well, I'm sure...
Don't worry.
Thank you, I do appreciate it.
Sure.
Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to...
A courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows... In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the child synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Rushed work is sloppy at best, and deadly at worst.
Huh? You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
Scanning.
I'll pass along your message,
identified.
Doctor.
See that you do.
Are you seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together?
Child synth.
They're dragging their feet
It's
on
just
the targeting
remarkable.
package upgrades I have.
Carry on, ma'am.
Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well.
Hey, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's nothing personal. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the synth retention. Our primary responsibility...
I'm sure it's best for everyone.
Certainly. The results could be... Our main instrument,
coursers hunt. They are highly self. But I gather you know all this, since you. In fact, I'd very much.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll. Now, unless you need something else.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a courser, we then begin in the all too often.